The Los Angeles Chargers have now made it a legit battle for who is the best team in the city of Los Angeles between them and the defending Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams. With the moves this offseason, they've not only done that, they positioned themselves to dethrone the Kansas City Chiefs, who's had a stronghold on at AFC West, and possibly be Super Bowl contenders heading into this 2022 season. But before I get into my thoughts on the Chargers possibly dethroning the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC West, make sure you guys leave this video a like, as that always helps this channel to grow and it beats the YouTube algorithm. And about 96% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel, so make sure you guys click that subscribe button and notification bell so you will not miss any of the content that I post on this channel. Let's discuss the Los Angeles Chargers. Without further ado, let's dive into it. Of course, we're going to get the biggest reason for the Chargers' steady growth out of the way now, and that is, of course, third-year starting quarterback Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, along with Joe Burrow, I believe right there are neck and neck for the best young quarterback that we have in the league today, and he's possibly an MVP candidate heading into this 2022 season. I am not one that's going to get into numbers. If you guys are new to this channel, I am not one that likes the stat sheet so much. So I'm going to give my views on the eye test that I see from Justin Herbert. Number one, he has the absolute ick factor. He gets it done in clutch moments. He's a guy that's going to elevate your team to be even better. And he's into year 3 with guys like Austin Eckler, who's, I believe, one of the more underrated dual threat backs that we have in the NFL. We have Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, a very, very good wide receiver pair. So this Chargers offense is still going to be one of the best offenses, I believe, that we're going to have in the NFL coming this season, and Justin Herbert is the biggest reason for that. His elevated play from year 1 to year 2, he's shown tremendous amounts of growth as far as reading defenses, as far as making good decisions, and the one part of his game that is a bit underrated, that he is a very mobile guy. Justin Herbert can do things outside of the pocket, whether you're rolling him out, whether he's scrambling to make things happen, or whether you can have a run option. He's a designed run for him. His athleticism is very underrated and is a weapon that is also going to be used with this Chargers offense. The Chargers also made 2 big moves on their defensive side of the ball. The first move I'm going to address is the signing of J.C. Jackson to a 5-year, $82 million contract. J.C. Jackson is one of the better ball-hawking corners that we have in the NFL. His 8 interceptions last season were second in the NFL, behind only Trayvon Diggs' is 11. He's going to be one of the lockdown corners in this defense. He's also going to be paired with, I believe, one of the better safeties that we have in the NFL in Derwin James to make a good secondary pairing. And then on top of J.C. Jackson, you have a young corner in Asante Samuel Jr., who is going to bring a lot of value to your defense. They signed Bryce Callahan, who I still believe can add value to your defense. Nasir Adderley is a very good safety. And then the other move that they made, which is going to sting me as a Bears fan myself, is the trading of Khalil Mack. The getting Khalil Mack on this football team is going to make a huge difference as a big pass rusher outside of Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack, I believe right now on paper, is the best pass rushing duo that we have in the NFL. Assuming both are going to stay healthy, because both have had injury issues over the last couple of seasons. Joey Bosa has missed games, and me being a Bear fan, Khalil Mack has missed a multitude of games over the last 2 years due to injury. But if both of those guys are healthy, they are going to make one of the best pass rushing, if not the best pass rushing duo in the NFL. Then you have some lockdown corners with Asante Samuel Jr. and J.C. Jackson to pair with an offense with Justin Herbert, Eckler, Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams. And they also have some underrated receivers in Josh Palmer and Jalen Guyton. And they also brought in Gerald Everett at the tight end position to pair with Donald Parham Jr. And they really have a solid offensive line Rashawn Slater is a very, very good left tackle, along with Corey Linsley at the center spot. So you're looking at this Los Angeles Chargers roster, and it is one that is a very loaded roster. The Chargers have a tough road ahead of them. They are in, I believe, the most competitive division that we have in the NFL, and that is the AFC West. The first team that is going to be competitive with them is the Las Vegas Raiders. Of course, they swung a massive trade to land Devontae Adams to pair with Hunter Renfrow and Demarcus Robinson, who they signed in free agency, to pair with Derek Carr and Josh Jacobs, and along with Darren Waller, who's one of the best tight ends in football. On the defensive side of the ball for the Raiders, they also brought in key interior defensive presence in Bilal Nichols from my Chicago Bears. They also brought in Chandler Jones, who's one of the best pass rushers that we have. And assuming Jonathan Abram, Trevon Morin can be healthy, along with Rock Ya-Sin, they have a very solid secondary heading into 2022. So they've done a lot of moves to help elevate themselves to be competitive in 2022. Another team in the division is the Denver Broncos. Of course, they pull off the big trade in getting Russell Wilson out of Seattle to help boost this offense, who I believe was a quarterback away from really being true contenders in this division. They add Russell Wilson to compare with Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Tim Patrick, and KJ Hamler, who I think is going to be a very underrated and very good wide receiving core, with Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon III in the backfield. On defense, even though Von Miller is no longer there, Bradley Chubb is still a very, very good player. Kareem Jackson was added to this defense, along with one of the best safeties I believe in football in Justin Simmons. They added Randy Gregory in free agency, with Ronald Darby at the corner spot and young Patrick Surtain II at the other corner spot. So this Denver Broncos team is going to be a very competitive team too. And of course, the team that they are playing catch up with is the Kansas City Chiefs, who's had a stranglehold on this AFC West the past few seasons. With the trio of Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Tyreek Hill being broken up, with the Chiefs trading Tyreek Hill to the Miami Dolphins, that leaves a huge hole in this Chiefs offense with his speed and his ability to change the game. Now, they did add Juju Smith-Schuster, and they also added Marquez Valdez-Scantling along with Sky Moore that they drafted to help with the absence of Tyreek Hill. On the defensive side of the ball, I believe the loss of Tyrann Mathieu is going to loom large for this Kansas City Chiefs team. They still have Frank Clark and Chris Jones up front on their defense, but the linebacking spot I believe is going to be the weakest spot of their defense. The Los Angeles Chargers, with the moves that they made this offseason on their defensive side of the ball, with Justin Herbert taking another step in year 3 of his career, I believe they've done enough to not only dethrone the Kansas City Chiefs in this AFC West division, but they put themselves as legit Super Bowl contenders along with the Chiefs. They put themselves right there along with the Cincinnati Bengals. They put themselves right there along with the Buffalo Bills. The AFC is going to be a very competitive conference. And with the moves that the Los Angeles Chargers made this offseason, they've put themselves right there in the Super Bowl contending window, and they have a major shot of actually making the Super Bowl. Time will tell. Of course, health is going to be a factor in all of this, but just assuming that this Los Angeles Chargers team stays healthy with all of the pieces that they have, and they've added Khalil Mack and they've added J.C. Jackson to pair with the pieces that were there in Herbert, to pair with Eckler, Williams, Keenan Allen, Derwin James, and Joey Bosa, this Los Angeles Chargers team can really dethrone the Kansas City Chiefs and put themselves right there in contention with the Rams as the best team in that city of Los Angeles. But hey, those are just my thoughts on the Chargers competing and possibly taking over the AFC West. Make sure you guys leave this video a like, as this always helps this channel to grow tremendously. And if you are not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button and notification bell so you will not miss any of the content that I post on this channel. But I am APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys have a great and excellent day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.